Hello there. Welcome. This is a very special episode for two reasons. First of all, is our 15th numerical episode of In a Galaxy.
Oh man, time flies.
15th. And also, it's our finale for season 2.
Woo! Let's get it.
We are ending season 2 of In a Galaxy. I know originally we were going to include both episodes 1 and 2 in season 2, but we decided for simplicity purposes that we were actually going to have Attack of the Clones be season 3. So yeah, we watched the entire Phantom Menace by now, and let's just get into what we enjoyed about the movie as a whole. Actually, before that, I have a quick announcement about In a Galaxy news.
All right.
I have been busy posting every single In a Galaxy episode on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
So by the time this episode comes out, every single episode of In a Galaxy, including this one, will be on YouTube. The channel name is, of course, Star Wars In a Galaxy, just like the podcast. And I just want to give shout-outs. If you're listening on YouTube, hello, this is a new thing. This is the first episode that we've published that I have put on YouTube as it's aired everywhere else. So I will be doing that in the future. And yeah. So we have yet another platform to listen to In a Galaxy on, which is awesome. So let's get into it. So first, as we do with retrospectives, I guess we'll start with overall thoughts. And Jacob, I'd invite you to go first.
Overall,
what I was going to say, what do you think about the Phantom Menace as a movie just in itself, and watching it this time around too?
As a movie, I felt a little more charitable to it this time than the first time I watched it a few years ago. I think I appreciate the movie more now, but I think I also, in a way, I like it more, but I'm also more frustrated by it because I feel like it had so much wasted potential, in a way.
I think wasted potential is a really good way to put it, because it really did have a lot of potential. I guess that kind of spills into my thoughts. You know, the Phantom Menace, Jacob, you will remember a time where the Phantom Menace was my favorite Star Wars movie.
I remember that well.
It changed, believe it or not, the night we watched The Last Jedi was the day that Phantom Menace dropped from number 1 on my list to number 3. And this has been, I think, for me, the most harsh viewing of the Phantom Menace that I've ever done. Phantom Menace for me is blinded. I have a weird soft spot for the movie because the real thing is, I think I value the Phantom Menace the same way a lot of fans value Revenge of the Sith in the same way. Because a lot of people think Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels, and I think Phantom Menace is surprisingly good compared to what came after it. I like Phantom Menace much more than Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith combined.
Wow.
I've always felt that way. But yeah, I think the Phantom Menace is a solid Star Wars movie. It's around the middle of my list, actually. I can pull it up right now. Actually, I have my ranking. I just got it as a desktop background, so I can tell you exactly where it is. It's 5 out of 11, so basically, 6 out of 11, so basically smack dab in the middle. If we put Clone Wars in there, it would be 6 out of 12, which is exactly in the middle. But yeah, it overall solid good for me. We usually do a rating out of 10. What did you do for rating?
I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Really?
Overall, yeah, it's just not a good movie, but
I'd rate it much higher than that. I'd go with a solid 6.
Oh, interesting.
6.5, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10.
Cool.
Okay, let's go over best moments and worst moments. Best moment from the Phantom Menace.
Best moment from the Phantom Menace. I think it would have to be maybe the duel of the fates.
That's what I
That
was
was a
gonna say
really
as
cool
well.
duel.
Yeah, it's my favorite duel in Star
I
Wars.
really like it. Yeah,
Yeah, I was kind of I was thinking it was gonna come to that for both of us. That
it's
duel
an
is just
epic moment.
magical, especially comparative to what came before it. That duel is it's so much of a breath of fresh air. Um, yeah, I
Yeah,
think the duel. Yeah. Um, worst moment.
worst moment. I mean, Jar Jar Binks stepping in poop. I think has to be up there
Yeah,
in terms of worst moment. But if I had to pick the very worst moment, oh gosh, I don't know. I think it would have to be one of the moments where Padme was talking because those were all just like, oh Lord, why is she? What is with Natalie Portman's acting in this? Like she's normally so good at everything she acts, and this just feels like what is she doing? Like how is this happening? And so that just I find that a little bit. I'm not sure what maybe the right word, maybe depressing. I don't. Yeah, it feels kind of like it feels like a letdown.
there's this old quote about the prequels that I approach whenever looking at the scenes and what I find is good and what I find is bad. I used to think anytime they're fighting and not talking, the prequels are great. Anytime they're talking, the prequels get taken down a notch. And generally that's true, but what really makes it bad is when they talk about politics. Anything
Oh gosh,
political
the
in the movie,
trade.
and I think that's why, in my opinion, um, the Senate scene is the worst scene in the Phantom is one of the worst moments in the Phantom Menace.
Oh dear Lord, the Senate scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
it's almost kind of an embarrassment to that movie. I remember you and I were talking one day, and I had this look on my face, and you called it the Chancellor Valorum look.
yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and that just signals to me how bad that scene is. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, it's not. It's. I'm not
it
quite
feels like
sure how to put my
everyone's
finger on it.
losing their marbles in that scene.
It feels like a snooze. A lot of the movie just feels like a snooze fest to me. I'm
Especially the
not sure.
political scene, especially the Senate scenes, which is why we called that episode "The Galactic Snort of the Republic."
Yes.
We did that for a purpose. Okay. Best character and worst character. Best character, and I put in parentheses S because we can.
I think I'd go with Qui-Gon. Yeah, I thought Liam Neeson's acting in that was really good. It was probably not the worst. I feel like in this version, in this kind of early on, I feel like Ewan McGregor's acting hasn't quite come into its own in this role yet.
It's good.
But so yeah,
Ewan
it's
McGregor's
good.
acting
But
is good, not like
so yeah,
amazing.
that's why I'm gonna say yeah. I think Qui-Gon Jinn is the best character. It's cool to get to see him kind of
I
the
wholeheartedly
maverick
agree.
Jedi.
I wholeheartedly
Yeah.
agree. I think it's weird that Qui-Gon isn't kind of meant to be the main character of this, because it does really feel like he's the main character. It feels like Qui-Gon is like, I think, one of the only level-headed people in this entire movie who
Interesting.
who
Okay.
think about it. Other than most of the time Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon is the only person in this movie who constantly and consistently makes rational decisions.
Fair point.
Not even Padme. Not even Padme.
Not even Padme. Yeah. Oh gosh, Padme in this.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. I would also have to say, actually, here's a weird thing, and this is a controversial statement, and I'm sure I'm gonna anger quite a few people by saying this, but I think Palpatine was better in this than Revenge of the Sith.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Revenge of the Sith shows what it's like when Palpatine really wins. But Phantom Menace shows what it's like when a plan of Palpatine's works absolutely perfectly from beginning to end.
Yeah,
And
he's kind
how
of just
good
like,
he is at
oh
planning
yeah.
things. And how good he is at... We talked last time about the
He's like
parade scene. The
yeah,
parade scene and how it's a backdoor victory for Palpatine.
yeah,
This
and that's what
really
makes it.
is the movie of Palpatine. Like, if Revenge of the Sith is the movie of Palpatine, um, the Phantom Menace is the movie of Palpatine's plans.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that, definitely. If he really
Um,
feels like it's cool because he feels like kind of he has that sense of like being the kindly old man, kindly elder statesman, but then at the same time you can see under the facade just a tiny bit, and you get a little bit of a taste of the insanity that is to come.
in the entire saga, this is the even more controversial statement. In the entire saga, I think this is Palpatine's second best movie by far.
And what's
Number
the first?
Okay, don't get like absolutely angry with me. I think the first is the Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, that is controversial. Okay.
I think the first
Okay.
is because Rise of Skywalker is amazing. I think it's a good because he's not even hiding it anymore. He's just like, yep, I'm evil. Let's do this. Rule the galaxy. Let's do it again.
That's what I mean, conversely, I'm not going to get into it right now, but conversely, that's what makes it not good for me, which is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
How that
Let's
changes.
See. Worst characters. Worst characters.
Worst characters. Oh man. Ooh, I mean, should I go first?
Sure, go ahead.
I was gonna say Jar Jar, but it's not Jar Jar.
He's the key to all of this. It can't be Jar Jar.
I don't think that Jar Jar is the worst character. I think that Padme Amidala is the worst character.
I'm not surprised.
She is just so annoying to listen to. Like the voice, or Natalie Portman in this, it's just, oh gosh, her voice is so monotone. It's insane. So
I mean,
yeah,
I agree that she's pretty bad. I don't think she's the worst, though.
I find it irritating. Who do you think is the worst?
I think the worst is Newt Gunray.
Newt Gunray?
Yes. He is, like, for all intents and purposes, the main villain in this entire movie, and he has no right to be. Like, seriously. All he does is try and hide stuff from Palpatine, run away, act like a coward. His voice is annoying and kind of racist.
Yeah, he's not. He does not have a lot going for him, man. Like, wow.
The only thing I actually like about Newt Gunray is how useful he is in Galaxy of Heroes, but that's a
yeah.
factor. Coolest new thing you noticed from the rewatch? Rewatching this, what's something you noticed?
Coolest new thing I noticed from the rewatch? I don't know.
It can be a really small detail. Like I have one right now, which is really interesting. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Did you know that when Anakin is getting into the N1 Naboo starfighter to hide, that you can actually see Nabooan like writing written on the starfighter?
Yes.
I just noticed that the first time.
Why would they send a kid to hide in a starfighter?
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. But I just noticed the Nabooan writing for the first time when I watched this, so I thought it was a cool detail that I never noticed really the first time. I don't know why I didn't notice it before now. I just didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
But
the writing is cool.
I don't know. I think it just adds cool detail that, yeah. I guess next is favorite planet, and we really only got 3 of them.
I have to say Naboo. It's a pretty planet, you know?
Okay. I'm going with Coruscant
more
myself.
More than just a pretty face.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Coruscant.
Yeah, I'm going with Coruscant myself.
I'm still saying Naboo. Naboo is cool. Naboo is cool.
Both of them are pretty cool. Okay, from Revenge of the Sith to Force Awakens, where do you think Phantom Menace, like for you at least, falls on the like similarity to New Hope scale?
I mean, it's got a little similarity to New Hope. Obviously, it's a very different movie, but I think like it ends with a parade. It starts on Tatooine, or sort of part of it starts on Tatooine. So it's got a fair bit of similarities, I'd say.
I think we said when we were reviewing Knights of the Old Republic, we said that I think I said at least that it had 60% similarity to New Hope. I'd go with like 35 for Phantom Menace.
Okay.
It's got a little bit. It's got like it's either all. It's for Phantom Menace. I feel like for all the scenes, it's all or nothing. It's completely and utterly new, or sometimes it's like the Anakin destroying the Sock-Ock, the Trade Federation ship. That is extremely similar, except for it's a lot more dumb. It's a lot more dumb in Phantom
I'll try
Menace.
spinning. That's a
a
great
good trick.
Yeah, it's
Anakin
like, ooh,
spinning
who
is
thought
not flying, but it's a good
So-
trick. So I'd go with around 35% for
For similarity to which one?
to A New Hope.
Okay.
Because
I'd go for like 20. 35 seems about right for me too.
the thing
It's hard to just assign it a number. So
yeah.
35 is fine, yeah.
All of these are kind of guesstimates and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Of course.
Here's an idea. Actually, I just thought of two other questions that are kind of like the best worst characters. Okay, what do you think are the most rated and underrated scenes in Phantom Menace?
I mean,
let's go overrated first.
It's hard to say if there's an overrated scene just because the movie kind of gets widely panned. So
I would honestly go with the pod race a little bit. I mean, I think a lot of people really like the pod race. It's just kind of long.
This
is pod racing.
Can't say it's my favorite, but
yeah. What about underrated? Underrated, I think it will be easier because, No?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like none of the scenes are particularly overrated or underrated. Maybe Qui-Gon's death scene, the scene where he's like talking. It's like the boy must become a Jedi.
Good choice. I was actually thinking about the scene when they're having dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the scene is absolutely great. I just think there are some interesting lines in there. There's that Anakin line, which I think is like extremely underrated. The biggest problem in this universe is that nobody helps each other.
Oh, that is a good line. Yeah, you're right.
And about why slavery exists on Tatooine when it's really not supposed to. And it's just a really eye-opening scene to how uncivilized the galaxy actually is. Which I think is a nice touch for the Phantom Menace. So uncivilized. Yeah. Overall, I feel like for me, the Phantom Menace is a good Star Wars movie, but there's going to be better Star Wars, and I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, same. It was very interesting to rewatch it, I thought. So
I absolutely agree.
I appreciated it more, but at the same time, it also frustrated me more. So it was an experience, I'll say that.
Yes, absolutely. Now,
and I mean that in the best way possible.
At this point in the retrospective, I think we did this last time. We usually talk about what's next in the next season, and season 3. Oh man, it's gonna be a big one.
Attack of the Clones.
Not just Attack of the Clones. I'm calling it the Rise of the Clone Wars, season 3. Good name. Like name?
Yeah, good name.
Okay, because it's not just Attack of the Clones. It's actually also the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars. Yes, we are doing the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars.
You gotta love Tartakovsky, man.
Yeah, and so that is going to be our season 3, Attack of the Clones and Genndy Tartakovsky, the Clone Wars. And that's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be fun as well. But next episode, what do we have to look forward to next episode? Well, I'm so glad I am answering my own question.
Okay, because I didn't know.
You do know, I don't think you realize it's next episode. Next episode, we're going to do a really cool little transitionary episode between episodes 1 and 2. In episode 2, we meet the bounty hunter Jango Fett. And he said, he says to Obi-Wan, he was recruited by a man called Tyrannus on the moons of Bogdan.
Ooh, moons of Bogdan.
We are going to be watching I found online, like the Fair Play video game cutscene montages for Knights of the Old Republic. I found
Thank you for that fair
yes,
play.
thanks
Wow.
for that Fair Play. But I found another one, which is for this video game called Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which came out actually before KOTOR in 2002.
Wow.
Yep, and it explains how Jango Fett was recruited by Darth Tyrannus. Now, unlike KOTOR, I've never played Bounty Hunter in my life. I know vaguely what it's about. Jacob, you have never played Bounty Hunter, and you kind of know vaguely what it's about. This could totally be amazing. This could totally be bad, but
Yeah.
But all the cutscenes I found, the montage only takes about an hour. So we're gonna watch that hour for next week, and we'll discuss it.
All right.
So it's gonna be fun. But first of all, Jacob, we did it. Season 2.
We did it.
In
Wow.
the bag.
Eli, let's go.
We have done it. And I guess here's just to a great season 3, Rise of the Clone Wars.
Rise of the Clone Wars season 3. Let's do it.
And of course, in the not the near future, but like the sort of distant future, yes, we will be getting into the Dave Filoni Clone Wars. That's
gonna
start at season 4, and yeah, we got a lot of exciting stuff ahead of us. But for now, may the Force be with you always.